Okay, Ramkishore, so let's proceed ahead with your mock for ISRO, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you tell me your favorite subjects?
Yes, sir. So my favorite subjects are heat transfer, strength of material, machine design, and fluid mechanics.
And the fifth one, we want 5.
Sir, it is RAC, refrigeration and air conditioning.
Okay. So when you said RAC heat transfer, I'm presuming thermodynamics is also your subject.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me start with strength of material first.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about the stiffness of the materials.
Sir, stiffness can be defined as the resistance offered by the material against the deformation, sir. And mm, it can be it can be represented by the material properties called the Young's modulus, sir.
Okay, I give you a cantilever beam.
Yes,
and
sir.
ask you to increase its stiffness. How shall you do that?
Yes, sir.
How shall you increase the stiffness of cantilever beam?
Yes, sir. So for this cantilever beam, let us suppose there is having the point load at the end of this cantilever beam, and for this we can say that deformation equation for the deformation for this case will be
There is no load applied on cantilever beam.
there is no load.
No. चलो एक आप रॉड ले लो जिस एक रॉड ले लो स्टील का रॉड.
Yes, sir.
मैंने आपको एक स्टील रॉड दिया, उसको उसका स्टिफनेस बढ़ाओ. कैसे बढ़ाओगे?
So stiffness can be increased by E will be same for this steel rod, means E will be constant. So one way to increase the stiffness is by increasing the cross sectional area or by increasing the its moment of inertia and decreasing its length, sir.
तो क्या आसान क्या है तुम्हारे? What is easy for you?
Yes, sir.
What is easy for you? How shall you increase the stiffness?
So easier will be decreasing the length, sir.
Increasing the length?
No, sir. Decreasing the length.
Okay. Now go to the cantilever beam and do the same. How you will increase the stiffness?
Sir, for case of cantilever, so for a case of cantilever, decreasing the length is may not be possible. So I can change the moment of inertia for this case by using the different cross section of the material.
You cut the cantilever beam, decrease its length. What is the trouble?
So, but the length will be decided by the use where we are going to use it. It will decide by help of that factor, sir.
So if you decrease the length of cantilever beam, don't you think deformation will be less?
Yes, sir.
Deflection का formula क्या है cantilever beam का?
So for the point load at the end, there will be PLQ by 3I.
So how the deflection is related to length?
Yes, sir. It is proportional to the length power 3.
हाँ, तो अगर length कम कर दोगे तो deflection पे क्या होगा?
So it will decrease much.
That is what the stiffness is, no? Stiffness is always inversely proportional to length.
Yes, sir.
So you cut the cantilever beam and its stiffness will be more.
Yes, sir. But yes, sir, we can do it. But the problem with that, where we are going to use it, it will depend. The length decided by the factor, sir.
No, but that is not our problem. I just told you to increase the stiffness.
Yes, sir. Then, sir, we have choice to either one way to
Okay, now I give you a steel rod and ask you to increase its hardness.
Yes, sir.
How shall you do that?
Sir, to increase the hardness of this steel rod, there is having one way is there is hardening process. Like if I heated it around around this uh, A1 line in the iron carbon diagram, above the 50 to 60 degrees centigrade above the A1 line for the hypo.
Are you talking about are you talking normalizing heat treatment process?
No, sir, hardening. I'm talking about the hardening.
Hardening, is it heat treatment process?
Yes, sir, it is heat treatment process.
Hardening is a heat treatment process. What do you mean by hardening? There is
Sir,
nothing like hardening. Yeah.
Means I will heat them, and if I cool them in a quenching medium like water.
ठीक है, heat करने के बाद quenching किया ना आपने?
Yes, sir.
Is that not normalizing?
No, sir. In the normalizing, we are going to cool them in air, not in water. We are not going to cool them suddenly in the water or in the oil bath, sir.
Okay, so when once you quench it in oil bath, it is called a hardening. Is that what you are saying?
Yes, sir. If I am going to quench it in water or oil bath, then it is called hardening. Actually, sir, the main things we are going to do in the hardening is that our cooling rate must be greater than must be just exceed the critical cooling rate of the material.
Producing martensite?
Yes, sir. It will produce martensite. And after doing the tempering, sir, we will get the desired properties.
Achha, what if I want to increase the brittleness?
Sir, martensite itself a brittle martensite itself is having a brittle structure. But if you want hardness, then we need to do the tempering after the hardening process, sir.
So brittleness or hardness में difference क्या है?
Sir, hardness can be defined as the resistance to the wear or scratch or cut we mark on the surface of this material, while the brittleness can be defined as the absence of the plastic deformation, sir. There is a very less plastic deformation and material will fail.
Can you tell me the heat treatment process which increase the machinability?
Yes, sir. One way is annealing, another one is normalizing. Both increase the machinability, but
Normalizing does not increase machinability. Normalizing तो कुछ और चीज है, वो तो हार्डनेस बढ़ाती है. Machinability कैसे बढ़ाती है?
Sir, annealing will increase the machinability, sir.
And what about tempering?
Yes, sir. Tempering also, by help of tempering, we can also increase the machinability.
So what is case hardening?
Sir, case hardening in this process, when this process is applied when we needed a tough core and a hard surface, like for the case of gear or came and follower, where the surface are continuous in subjected to the wear. For that case, we make the surface hard with a tough core. So it is called the case hardening, sir.
Does that change brittleness also?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Brittleness not increases. Hardness will
Which
increase.
heat treatment process increases the toughness?
Toughness. So one normalizing will increase the toughness, sir. And if we do the after hardening, if we do tempering, then toughness also increases.
Can you draw the stress strain diagram for copper?
Yes, sir.
ये कॉपर है क्या?
Yes, sir.
ये डक्टाइल है ब्रिटल है?
So it is ductile, sir.
लग तो नया प्लास्टिक डिफॉर्मेशन रीजन तो नजर ही नहीं आ रहा यार। अभी भी नजर नहीं आ रहा। टॉप पे क्यों फेल होगा ये? फ्रैक्चर पॉइंट टॉप पे क्यों आएगा? इलोंगेशन नहीं होगा क्या? नेकिंग नहीं होगा क्या?
होगा सर।
तो बनाओ नेकिंग रीजन। चलो अभी भी गलत ही बनाया, लेकिन फेलियर पॉइंट बताओ कहाँ पे है? वेयर इज द फेलियर
Failure
पॉइंट?
point. This one, sir.
अब माइल्ड स्टील का बनाओ इसी के ऊपर।
Yes, sir.
माइल्ड स्टील का स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन डायग्राम बनाओ इसी के ऊपर। इसका फेलियर पॉइंट बताओ।
Sir, this one, sir.
अच्छा, ये तो फ्रैक्चर पॉइंट है यार, फेलियर पॉइंट थोड़ा है।
Sir,
फ्रैक्चर
yeah.
फ्रैक्चर पॉइंट ही
Yes.
फेलियर पॉइंट होता है क्या?
No, sir. No, sir. Sir, failure can be defined as the either yielding or the or the either yielding or complete failure of the material. And now for case of the whichever occurs first, sir. For the mild steel case, yielding point comes first. So from here, there is having upper yield point, and this one is lower yield point. So lower yield point is taken as the yield strength of the material, and in strength of material we consider as failure point as yielding, sir.
तो बताओ
So
जरा
this
माइल्ड
one,
स्टील में फेलियर पॉइंट कौन सा है?
this one, sir.
विच पॉइंट इज अ फेलियर पॉइंट? नहीं,
This one, sir.
गलत। यील्ड स्ट्रेंथ कहाँ पे निकाल रहे हो?
Sir, lower yield point, sir.
हाँ, तो कहाँ पे वैल्यू कहाँ पे है?
ये सर ये।
और यील्ड स्ट्रेन कौन सी है?
yield strength सर ये।
नो,
सॉरी ये
भी नहीं है। जो स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन डायग्राम इलास्टिक रीजन बता रहे हो, इलास्टिक रीजन बता सकते हो कौन सा है? कैन यू टेल मी
जी सर।
इलास्टिक रीजन?
दिस वन सर।
तो यील्ड पॉइंट कहाँ पे होता है, इलास्टिक रीजन है प्लास्टिक रीजन में?
So it is yeah ग्राफ सर एक्चुअल में थोड़ा नीचे होना चाहिए था।
नहीं, द मोमेंट यू क्रॉस upper yield point to lower yield point, it is already failed.
Yes sir, but lower yield point is much closer to the this elastic strength sir, therefore we taken
No, the stress at lower yield point and stress at elastic point is same. Can you see that?
yes sir.
That is the reason lower yield point is taken as a reference. Does not mean lower yield point is a failure point. Failure point तो elastic point के पास ही रहेगा. Yes, this is a failure point.
Yes sir.
But only thing is stress, इसके ऊपर stress और lower yield point पे stress बराबर है. रबड़ का बनाओ stress strain diagram.
So this one is for soft rubber.
और प्लास्टिक का बनाओ.
Sir, for plastic, the plot means if the plastic there is having soft plastic, then the graph will be same. If there is having hard plastic, then plot will be something like this, sir.
अच्छा, कॉपर में फेलियर पॉइंट बताओ कहाँ पे है?
Sir, in case of the copper, we need to there is not yield point is not clearly visible. Therefore, we use the method called proof stress. By help of this, we calculate what we do. We draw a line at a strain of 0.2%, a line parallel to the initial means initial a line which is having the slope equal to E of the copper, and it where this line cuts this graph at the point is called the proof strength of the
material.
That is called offset
And-
method.
Yes, sir, it is called offset method.
क्या हम रबड़ और प्लास्टिक में ऑफसेट मेथड यूज करते हैं?
Rubber.
To find the failure point?
Not sure, sir, about this.
Okay. मोहर सर्कल का सिग्निफिकेंस बताओ.
Yes, sir. Sir, once we draw the Mohr circle, sir, it is graphical representation of the normal stress and the shear stress. Once we draw the Mohr circle at a point, then we are able to find out the stresses at a different at any inclined plane at that point, sir.
अच्छा, मैं तुम्हें बोलता हूँ एक कॉइन ले लो 10 रुपए वाला और मोहर सर्कल है, उससे तुम क्या निकाल
जी, सर।
सकते हो?
Sir, if coin is given, then first one is if the radius of this coin is known, then I can find out the maximum shear stress, sir.
Okay. Anything else you can find?
Maximum shear stress. Sorry, sir, no idea.
Can you tell me some analysis in fluid mechanics for turbulent flows?
Turbulent flow, sir. Sir, there is having equation of like first one is how we can separate the rough means rough pipe and smooth pipe. One
Ramsure, set your camera properly
yes, sir.
on you. Yeah. So ये turbulent जो flow है, इसके लिए कौन सा एनालिसिस करते हैं हम? रेनॉल्ड इक्वेशन किसके लिए होती है?
Yes, sir. For turbulent flow, we use Reynolds equation, sir.
और Prandtl इक्वेशन?
So Prandtl equation is used when there is formation of the boundary layer over the surface, sir. When we consider the boundary layer formation.
Okay. For which laminar flow or turbulent flow?
So both cases we can use Prandtl equation, sir.
Mixing length?
Sir, mixing length is the term used in case of the turbulent flow. When fluid flows, then the particle moves in the vertical direction. The distance traveled by the particle in the y direction, sir, or radial direction is called the mixing length, sir.
No. It's a vertical direction or transverse direction?
So it is transverse direction actually.
What is the difference between vertical direction and transverse direction?
So vertical direction may be the direction of the flow also, and transverse is the perpendicular to the direction of the flow.
Yes. Now tell me what is the mixing length?
Sir, the distance during the flow of fluid, the distance traveled by the fluid particles in the transverse direction is called the mixing length, sir.
If I travel in mixing length, if I travel by one mixing length, let us say L, what remains constant? If I travel by one mixing length in transverse direction, something remains constant. What is that something?
Sorry, sir, not here.
Acha, if I calculate mixing length, suppose, then what do you calculate eventually from mixing length? Prandtl made some analysis for turbulent flow. What was something which was calculated through mixing length? Can I use pitted tube to measure the flow of air?
The velocity profile can be calculated when we have mixing length.
Wind is blowing. हवा चली हुई है कहीं पे, बाहर हवा चल रही है. Wind is blowing. मैंने आपको एक pitted tube दे दिया. Can you find out the velocity of that air using pitted tube?
Yes, sir. I can find out.
कैसे? हीटेड ट्यूब लो और हवा में खड़े हो जाओ, अब बताओ कितनी वेलोसिटी है, कैसे निकालोगे?
Sir, static pressure will be 1 atmosphere. Means,
Yes, done.
and the dynamic pressure when no, wait. So if I use the manometer, inverted manometer, sir, with a fluid of pitot tube along with manometer, sir, I need to use pitot tube along with manometer to calculate the
Can you
velocity.
make the
sir.
diagram?
Yes, sir.
ये क्या बना दिया?
So this one, sir, this one. One.
ये क्या बना दिया आपने?
So inverted YouTube means inverted YouTube manometer I fitted.
Sir, unmute करें. Vijayan sir, please unmute yourself.
Ramkishore, see this diagram.
Yes, sir.
Can you see this diagram?
Yes, sir.
This is U-tube manometer plus pitot tube also. The air
Yes,
is
sir.
going to flow and mercury डाल रखा है मैंने बीच में. Can you see this?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो air का velocity direct निकल जाएगा उसमें.
Yes,
No?
sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, Vishal sir, I think you can proceed now.
Yes, thank you. So, Ramkishore, let me ask you some question from heat transfer and RAC. You mentioned this subject as your favorite subject.
Yes, sir.
Already, sir, asked you some question from centromaterial fluid mechanics. So, Ramkishore, let me start with a very simple case. Like, suppose, Ramkishore, you are having some flame in front of you. Okay. So, where you will put your hand so that heat transfer from the flame will be high? Like, you're having multiple options. You can put your hand in the side of that flame. You can put at the top. Okay, you can put at the bottom. So where you will put your hand so that heat transfer will be more, and why?
When, sir, my hand is in the side of a flame, then the heat transfer will be more because more area will be exposed to the flame, sir.
So you will put your hand in the side of the flame.
Which is of the side. It's the resistance.
Okay, Ramkishore, let me give you a hint. Achha, how heat transfer is occurring when you're putting your hand in the side of the flame, at the top, and different locations. So try to think how heat transfer is occurring.
Yes, sir. First, heat will transfer to the adjacent air, which is in a side of the flame, and the molecules of this air will hit it, and then it will heat my hand, sir.
So how heat
So,
transfer will occur when you're putting your hand in the side of the flame? How the heat transfer will occur?
sir, it will be since I'm considering that there is having still air, means air is not flowing. Then there will be conduction heat transfer in the air, and then heat transfer uh, from air to the to my hand, sir.
By what? By what mode? Conduction.
Yes, sir. By conduction mode, sir, heat will be transferred from air, uh, but from air to hand, my hands, sir, heat transfer will be, yes, a conduction mode.
Ramkishore, conduction is possible like if that there is no such constricted passage. Okay, there is no physical contact. How conduction is actually possible? I'm not getting that point, Ramkishore. How
Yes,
conduction is possible?
that air will hit it, and that will go because of the density difference. That will go away, and the new air will come, sir.
So that is convection or conduction?
That is convection, sir. That is convection, sir.
Hmm. So where that air will go? It will go in the side or it will go at the top?
So it will go at the top, sir.
Obviously at the top. So in the side, when you are putting your hand in the side of the flame, how heat transfer will occur? How heat will transfer from flame to your hand?
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. When the hand is at the top, then the heat transfer will be more, sir, compared to
Fine,
side.
fine. That okay, fine. Ramkishore, just tell me when you are putting your hand in the side of the flame, how heat transfer is occurring?
Sir, the air which is in the side of this flame is getting heated, and
Ramkishore, why you are not thinking of radiation?
yes, sir, radiation effect I need to take.
You need to take or that will be there. How is the miss Ramkishore? Like fire is there, so heat transfer you are taking. You are thinking of conduction. You are thinking of convection. You are not thinking of radiation. There are only
Yes,
three modes in Ramkishore in heat transfer. How you can miss that radiation? Obviously, there will be only radiation. When you're putting your hand in the side of the flame, there will be only radiation.
yes, sir.
And if you're putting at the top, then there will be convection plus radiation.
Yes, sir.
So additional convection effect you will have. Why? Because the cold air which will come in contact with the flame and will take heat from the flame and it will rise due to the density
Yes,
difference due to the Buoyancy forces. So combined conduction, that radiation plus convection.
yes,
Due to that, we will have more heat transfer at the top.
yeah.
What type of convection we will have? That is a forced convection or free convection?
So here, free convection is taking place, sir.
So can you tell me something about the Grashof number, Ramkishore? What is the Grashof number?
Yes, sir. So Grashof number is defined as the ratio of product of buoyancy force and inertia force to the square of the viscous force, sir. And it is used in the free convection, and Nusselt number is function of Grashof number and Prandtl number in case of the free convection, sir.
Okay, Ramkishore, if I will give you a vertical plate, hot vertical plate, something like this, some hot vertical plate,
Yes, sir.
okay, standing like this, hot vertical plate, at some high
Yes,
temperature
sir.
than the surrounding temperature. The plate surface temperature is more than the surrounding temperature. Okay, suppose natural heat
Yes,
transfer
sir.
is occurring from this surface. Yeah, or a natural convection is taking place.
Yes, sir.
Suppose at a particular distance, suppose at the center of the plate, we want to find out the H value. At the
Yes, sir.
center of the plate, we want to find out the H value.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Suppose the flow is turbulent. The flow which we are having, that is a turbulent flow. So
Yes,
how
sir.
you will find out? How you will find out the H value at the center?
Yes, sir. Sir, we have Nusselt number equation. Nusselt number is expressed as for free convection, some constant into Grashof number, product of Grashof number and Prandtl number, power 1 by n, sir. And this n is given as for case of the turbulent flow, it is 0.33. And this Nusselt number, Grashof number can be calculated as Grashof number can be calculated as from this equation, sir, beta g delta t LCQ upon nu square. And this LC is the characteristic length. So if we want to find out the local heat transfer coefficient at the center of the plate, then the characteristic length will be L by 2, sir. No. And Prandtl number can be calculated as mu Cp upon K. Nusselt number is expressed as HLC upon K. So from this equation, sir, we can calculate this.
Ramkishore, can you tell me how how that H convection heat transfer coefficient will change with the height of the plate? How the H value will change with the length of the height of the plate, for this
Yes,
particular
sir.
case?
Yes, sir. So it will not depend upon the length, sir.
So it is independent of the
function
length.
Yes, it is not a function of length, sir.
So everywhere H will be constant, means at the leading edge, trailing edge, everywhere.
Yes, sir. H will be constant.
Okay, Ramkishore. Ramkishore, let me ask you some question from RAC. Ramkishore, if there is a refrigeration system in which there is a huge, or what you can say, there is a huge variation in the load, refrigeration load,
Yes,
or
sir.
what you can say, some kind of industrial refrigeration system, we can say, because in industry there is generally a huge fluctuation in the refrigeration load as compared to our domestic refrigeration. So if you will consider a refrigeration system in which there is a huge amount of fluctuation of the load, or some industrial refrigeration system we are considering, so what type of expansion device we will use and why? What type of expansion device we need to use and why? Ramkishore, you heard about expansion devices? You heard about expansion devices?
Yes, I heard about this, but at this moment I'm not able to recall, sir.
Achha, what is the purpose of expansion device?
Sir, the purpose of expansion device is to reduce the pressure from condenser pressure to the evaporator pressure. First function is that, and another function is supply the required amount of refrigerator to the this evaporator to get required amount of the load, sir.
Ramkishore, can you tell me the principle of VCRA system? What principle VCRA system works?
Yes, sir. The basic principle of the vapor compression refrigeration system is that during the phase change process, the latent heat is absorbed by the material by the substance. So if there is evaporation is taking place, then latent heat absorbed by the substance from the environment, and to continue this cycle we need to use the we need to maintain a pressure difference in condenser and evaporator. For that, use the compressor. Sir, may I need to explain the complete cycle, sir?
Okay, just tell me, Ramkishore, one thing. How we actually decide the evaporator pressure and condenser pressure? Like suppose you want to use some kind of particular refrigerant. Okay. So how we fix the evaporator pressure and the condenser pressure?
So condenser pressure will be decided by this surrounding temperature, sir. And the evaporator temperature will be decided by our depending upon the our cooling means.
So how you can define condenser pressure? Ramkishore, how you can define condenser pressure?
Yes, sir. Sir, surrounding temperature is if you consider surrounding temperature is around 35 degrees centigrade, then from the condenser we need to extract or we need to throw the heat to the surrounding. So the temperature of the condenser must be above the environment temperature. So at least the temperature difference should be 5 degrees centigrade to 10 degrees centigrade. And for the condenser, the pressure is during the condensation since it is in the wet region, so pressure is function of the temperature, sir. So by help of this we can decide, sir, this condenser pressure.
Ramkishore, just tell me one thing. It's a very simple thing. I'll do it, this particular thing I'm asking you. Ramkishore, how actually we are condensing a refrigerant at high temperature? Because the condenser temperature is high as compared to the evaporator temperature. How we are condensing the refrigerant at high temperature and boiling that refrigerant at low temperature?
Sir, it is because of the we are able to condense at high temperature because of high pressure, sir. And we are able to boil it at a low temperature because of the low pressure.
So what happens? What happens if you are increasing the pressure?
Sir, if we increase the pressure, then the vapor pressure will increase, and
Vapor pressure will increase.
Means I can say, sir, if I increase the pressure, then the molecules which try to come out from the substance are not able to come out because of the surrounding pressure is high.
If you are increasing the pressure and you are saying vapor pressure will increase, so vapor pressure बढ़ता है, so it will boil easily or it will condense easily. If vapor pressure is high, it will boil easily or it will condense. Ramkishore.
Yes, sir. 1 second, sir. 1 second. Increase the vapor pressure. Increase the pressure on the space. Sorry, sir.
You can relate it with the boiling point, Ramkishore, if you will think. Boiling point. Boiling point. क्या इफेक्ट पड़ेगा
Yes, sir.
boiling point?
Sir, if I increase the pressure, then boiling point will increase, sir.
Yes. Boiling point will increase. So what will happen?
If I reduce the pressure, then boiling point will decrease. So at the evaporator, sir, I need to evaporate the substance. So if I reduce the pressure, the boiling point will reduce, and it will able to convert into the vapor, sir, at the evaporator pressure. but
Just fine. Just tell me last thing. How you can say that boiling point is decreasing? Now, already you have given, but I think that earlier you have not having the clarity about that vapor pressure. So you are mentioning something about that vapor pressure. So how we can say boiling point is decreasing and it is increasing at condenser pressure? It's very simple thing, Ramkishore. Hope you can get this.
yes, sir. Sir, actually, boiling point is that point at which the vapor pressure becomes equal to the atmospheric pressure, sir.
Yes, good.
It is called the boiling point. So, if I increase the pressure, means I am going to increase the atmospheric pressure. So, if I increase the atmospheric pressure, then boiling point will going to increase because the vapor pressure are going to increase.
Vapor
No, sir,
pressure.
sorry, sir. Not sorry, sir. Not vapor pressure going to increase. Vapor pressure need to reach up to the atmospheric pressure for the boiling.
Yes,
and I'm going to increase
that's
the
that's why I
pressure.
asked you this question. I'm sure you need to correct vapor pressure at a particular temperature. You will have some vapor pressure constant. Like it's a particular
Yes,
property for a particular fluid. At a particular temperature, what vapor pressure you are measuring, that is there. So if the gap is high, so the boiling will be difficult. Obviously, you will be easily able to condense that.
Yeah.
So when external pressure,
Yes,
you need to mention about the external pressure, not vapor pressure. If you say vapor pressure increases, then it will actually the fluid will boil easily. So vapor pressure
Yes,
when
sir.
matches with the external pressure, that actually helps in the boiling.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Ramkishore, I think now we can give you the feedback.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vijay sir.
Okay, so Ramkishore, if I give you feedback of my part, then यार इसरो में ना इसरो के जो क्वेश्चंस होते हैं वो थॉट प्रोवोकिंग होते हैं, अप्रोच चेक करते हैं, वो आपका नॉलेज चेक नहीं करते. अभी मेरे को लगता नहीं है आप इसरो के इंटरव्यू के लिए तैयार हो, क्योंकि ऐसे बहुत से कंसेप्ट मैंने आपसे पूछा ऑफ स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल एंड फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स जिनमें आप अप्रोच नहीं फॉलो कर पाए. पीटर ट्यूब से एयर की वेलोसिटी कैसे मेजर करनी है वो छोटा सा कंसेप्ट है, अगर आप सोचते तो पता लग जाता. सिमिलरली मिक्सिंग लेंथ है क्या, यू हैव नॉट अंडरस्टूड द मिक्सिंग लेंथ फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स में. टर्बुलेंट एनालिसिस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एनालिसिस है, रेनॉल्ड, प्रेंडल, कार्मन, सारा बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एनालिसिस है वो. फिर स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल में आई आस्क्ड यू अबाउट स्टिफनेस. स्टिफनेस इज नथिंग बट कट द लेंथ एंड स्टिफनेस इंक्रीजेस. स्प्रिंग ले लो, शाफ्ट ले लो, रॉड ले लो, ट्री ले लो, ट्री को भी आधा काट दोगे उसकी स्टिफनेस बढ़ जाएगी, वो बेंड नहीं करेगा. So that was the concept of stiffness, right? So in ISRO, you give yourself some time, think and then answer.
Yes,
you know, ISRO में written exam के marks count नहीं होते, only interview decisive है, you know that.
yes, sir.
अब जितना मेहनत आपने written exam के लिए किया है, अगर उतना interview के लिए कर लोगे तो अंदर घुस जाओगे ISRO के अंदर. लेकिन
Yes,
ट्रबल है कि written exam की मेहनत स्टूडेंट करते हैं, इंटरव्यू का नहीं करते तैयारी. इंटरव्यू की तैयारी अलग कैसे होगी, इंटरव्यू दे के होगी. पैनल के ऊपर योर पीडीएफ वेबसाइट के ऊपर बहुत से स्नैप पड़े हुए हैं. स्टार्ट लिसनिंग टू ऑल द स्नैप्स एंड स्टार्ट आंसरिंग द क्वेश्चंस. जैसे टेस्ट सीरीज होती है ना, बहुत सी टेस्ट सीरीज लगाते हैं आपकी प्रैक्टिस हो जाए, वैसे इंटरव्यू की भी टेस्ट सीरीज होती है. इंटरव्यू की टेस्ट सीरीज ये जो हमने स्नैप डाल रखे हैं, एक सब्जेक्ट 15 मिनट, 10 मिनट और 10-15 क्वेश्चन. स्टार्ट आंसरिंग दोस क्वेश्चंस बिकॉज एवरी स्नैप मेंटर विल आस्क यू वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन एंड इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस आर डिफरेंट फ्रॉम रिटन एग्जाम क्वेश्चन. In written exam question he is never going to ask you कि यार बताओ जरा फेलियर पॉइंट कहां जैसे दिख रहा है कॉपर पे. अंडरस्टैंड? यू कुड नॉट मेक द फेलियर पॉइंट. स्ट्रेस स्ट्रेन डायग्राम का तो पूरा वीडियो पड़ा हुआ है योर पीडीए के ऊपर. आपने तो मेरे को लगता है मैराथन वीडियोस भी नहीं देखे हैं अभी रामकिशोर. फ्लूइड मैकेनिक्स और स्ट्रेंथ मटेरियल के मैराथन वीडियो देख लिया आपने?
देख लीजिए सर.
तो फिर ये फेलियर पॉइंट क्यों नहीं बता पाए माइल्ड स्टील का? वहां तो बहुत क्लियरली मैंने बताया फेलियर पॉइंट कौन सा होता है. इलास्टिक लिमिट से जैसे ही प्लास्टिक की तरफ चलते हो तो फेलियर पॉइंट होता है, जबकि लोअर यील्ड पॉइंट तो ऑलरेडी प्लास्टिक रेंज में है, प्लास्टिक लिमिट के अंदर आता है वो. तो लोअर यील्ड पॉइंट इसलिए चूज किया जाता है कि उसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग जो स्ट्रेस है वो क्लियरली पॉइंट दिखता है ना, तो उसके कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग जो स्ट्रेस है वो यील्ड स्ट्रेस है, यील्ड स्ट्रेंथ है.
यस सर.
तो बहुत माइन्यूट पॉइंट्स है जहां से वो आपका नॉलेज चेक करेगा कि इस बच्चे को पता भी है फेलियर होती क्या है. अब जिस इंजीनियर को फेलियर ही नहीं पता क्या होती है, फ्रैक्चर को अगर तुम फेलियर बता रहे हो तो वो तुम्हें लेगा नहीं कभी, बिलीव मी. ये सिंपल क्वेश्चन है ये.
यस सर.
अगर तुम्हें एप्लीकेशन नहीं आती कि पीटर ट्यूब को कैसे लगा दें यार हवा की वेलोसिटी मेजर करने के लिए, तब वो तुम्हें लेगा नहीं, ISRO का तुम्हारा रिसर्च एप्टीट्यूड नहीं है फिर, राइट? सो गिव योरसेल्फ 100%, अपना पूरा मेहनत लगा दो, so that you can convert it. इसरो जैसी वंडरफुल अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिलेगी। एक तो बहुत अच्छा ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है ये, और दूसरा इंटरव्यू इज द ओनली डिसिसिव फैक्टर। written exam is over, interview is the decisive factor, so prepare well for that, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Vishal sir.
Okay, sir, thank you. Ramkishore, when is your interview?
So it is on 10, sir.
It is on 10th. देखो रामकिशोर, मैं earlier also we interacted, and I know like you're a hard-working guy, and I many snap mocks I think you appeared, and you performed well in those snap mocks. I think today you are taking some kind of pressure. I think of that particular interview. I think earlier you appeared in the RAC, for RAC scientist also you appeared, na?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and you're not selected in that. So I think that kind
So
of
it was
pressure you are
wait.
having. Yes, you're in waiting list.
Yes, sir, it is in waiting list.
You're in waiting list. So Ramkishore, it's my like one suggestion I can give to you: don't take pressure. Okay, if you will take pressure, even like the things which you know, you will not able to explain those things. So sir,
Yes, sir.
and me also, we asked you a very simple, direct, basic concept question, but those basic concepts are very important, and you need to think like that. Okay,
Yes, sir.
like the fire case, I asked you, and like I don't know why you are actually missing that radiation heat transfer. Many times I have given you the hint also, and you forget about that. So natural convection you explained, Grashof number you explained, the plate case, how H value will calculate, that also you answered. Okay, so expansion valve, I asked you what type of expansion valve we use. So I think somewhere you heard about thermostatic expansion valve, constant degree of superheat. Those type of system
Yes,
we
sir.
will use in if there is a fluctuation in load. Automatic expansion valve, thermostatic expansion valve, capillary tube. So what is the difference in these expansion devices? You need to know. Because if you will
Yes, sir.
mention about RAC, they can ask you some question from VCRS, then different, what you can say, changes, like what are the different effects on the condenser pressure, temperature, and all those things, superheating. But these things are also very important, Ramkishore. Expansion devices, evaporators, compressors, and basic idea like how actually we are getting the refrigeration effect. Okay, so why compressor is required? Why actually we are able to condense the refrigerant at high pressure, and how we are boiling it at low temperature. तो वहाँ पे वो boiling point का आपको concept clear होना चाहिए. Okay, and you need to know about that vapor pressure. तो vapor pressure को at a condenser temperature. A condenser temperature is actually that is fixed. How it is fixed? Because it depends on the external environmental temperature. Suppose environmental temperature is 35, 34 degrees Celsius. So condenser temperature, it will be close to the 5 degrees, 7 degree, 10 degree gap if you keep, that is close to 45 degrees Celsius if you will take atmospheric temperature 35. Similarly, evaporator temperature is also not in our hand. That depends on the application. For what purpose you are using that refrigeration system. Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
So what pressure we need to keep, that is what? That is the saturation pressure at that particular temperature. The saturation pressure of the refrigerant at the evaporator temperature, the saturation pressure of the refrigerant at the condenser temperature, that is the evaporator and condenser pressure. Na? Because what
Yes,
we
sir.
want to do? We want to condense it in the condenser, and we want to vaporize it in the evaporator. So saturation pressure आपको ध्यान आना चाहिए ना concept. कहाँ पे? Sir, condenser pressure पे, उस पे evaporator temperature पे, this is the saturation pressure. So at condenser temperature, this is the saturation pressure, and that we need to maintain if you want to condense or if you want to boil. Are you getting, Ramkishore? तो थोड़ा सा आज
Yes.
confidence नहीं लगे आपका confidence बिल्कुल low था, and when you actually entered into this mock, आप prepared नहीं लग रहे थे, ऐसा लग रहा था कि you are not prepared. आप बस एक तरह से ऐसा लग रहा था कि सो के उठ के आप बैठ गए हो, आपने लेट भी ज्वाइन किया. Are you getting? And
Yes.
after 5, तो ये सारा देखो एक टाइम आपको मेंटेन करना है. If you are going for an interview, तो आपको सिंसियरिटी से, पंक्चुअलिटी से 2-4-5 मिनट पहले आके बैठ जाना चाहिए. तो आपका रिदम खराब हो जाएगा नहीं तो. I cannot say that you don't know, your basics are not clear. You know the things, but this today you have not actually performed. So आपको you need to work hard, Ramkishore. You need to
Yes.
make, you can say you need to improve your energy level also, and your confidence level also. Okay.
Yes.
So these are the suggestions
Yes.
from my side, Ramkishore. And just for revision purpose, you can watch those marathon classes. Okay, so those are very important. So if you will listen to those classes and the snap mocks, surely you will be able to gain the idea what type of question you
When
need
is
to.
your interview,
Okay.
Ramkishore? When is your interview?
10th, sir, 10th.
It is on 10. Yes.
ठीक है, अभी 100% दे दो जितना भी अपना है रामचोर,
Yes, sir.
बिल्कुल।
and try to be calm, cool, composed in the interview, right?
Yes, sir.
चलो, all the best रामचोर.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you Vishal sir, thank you.
Okay, sir, thank you.